Now, we partner every day with the Financial Times to bring you Lex on Bloomberg so you can get a peek at the FT's flagship column a day early. And it looks like the Russians are making a comeback in the capital markets. Neil Buckley is over in London, and he has the latest. Neil, you've been following a very pro-reform speech, I gather, from the Russian President Dmitry Medvedev. Bring us up to speed on what he's been saying and how it relates to Russia's effort to come back to the capital markets.
Well, Russia really wants to open its economy again to the outside world and to modernize its economy. We're really tying two themes together today. One is that President Dmitry Medvedev has given a State of the Nation address this morning, which is very pro-reform. The second is that we are seeing Russian corporates and the Russian state start to come back to the international capital markets. They've been largely absent in the last year or so. And the one thing ought to reinforce the other. The fact that Russia needs this outside investment ought to provide impetus for the kind of reforms Mr. Medvedev has been talking about.
So, Neil, I guess the question that comes to my mind is the takeaway that we should get from this: a genuine pro-reform agenda with a genuine desire to participate fully in capital markets, or is this just a somewhat pragmatic opportunist on the part of Russia?
Well, Mr. Medvedev this morning has been setting out again a very reformist agenda. Of course, he's done that in the past, but his speech was really quite hard-hitting. He said that Russia has to modernize its economy, it has to get away from what he calls the primitive reliance on resources in the economy. He's talked about curbing the influence of the state-controlled corporations, which have become very powerful in Russia in recent years. He says they should be properly audited. If they're not doing their job properly, then Russia should get rid of them. He's also talking about curbing corruption, about throwing corrupt officials in jail. Now, if he can deliver on any of those things or any part of those pledges, then that could really improve the climate for foreign investment in Russia.
Like you say, Neil, exactly what foreign investors would like to hear. I suppose they can only hope that Mr. Medvedev sees through on his reform commitments. That is Neil Buckley reporting from the FT's Lex desk in London. Thank you, Neil.